day? Hey, gotcha. What day is it, gotcha? What day is it? Oh, is it hump day?
No, motherfucker, it's Wednesday. And if you're religious, it's church day.
Really? Wait, people don't go to church on Wednesdays. That's Sunday.
No, they go to church on Wednesdays. Like, do they?
Wait, on Wednesdays? They go to church
Hey,
on
man,
Wednesdays?
fuck you.
Also,
I
what's
don't-
with your voice? Why do you sound like you're fucking in slow motion right now?
Yeah, he's like the devil. What?
What?
Oh my god, that's scary as fuck, dude.
Hey, man, all I want to say is I'm stuck in the Matrix. I need help. They
God.
gave me DSL internet. They got rid of my Comcast. The Wi-Fi got disconnected. Somebody help me. The CIA got me. The DA, help.
I can't tell if he left. What just happened?
Turned into freaking The Exorcist. Like, what?
That's what happens when you go to a basketball court for 30 minutes. Oh gosh, that scared the fuck out of
That's
me.
the weirdest thing. Like, what?
Dude.
I'm
Oh,
not
God.
sure if that leg was on purpose or if he's gonna come back.
You know what? That was just gold.
Anyway,
What the fuck happened?
I don't fucking know.
Oh man, that shit was. You know what? We can start the show off again without the devil fucking possessing our goddamn show, people. Yes, it's the midweek chat attack hump day. I'm not making any more hump day jokes with Ganja around because he turns into the devil.
It'll kill him.
Oh my
God.
Wait, Ganja, are you there?
You're what?
buddy?
Hi.
There we go.
Oh, much
Dude.
better.
There we go. Back to sound like a woman.
No, Ganja, you need to go back and listen to that shit later on. You sounded like fucking Satan, dude. It was like, Allstate, we help you. Like,
Nah,
it's amazing.
I sounded more like Big Smoke when I was here. I was waiting for the number 4 and number 5 to start getting ordered, man.
Nah, man, that wasn't Big Smoke.
No, that was not, man. No. Big Smoke is happy. You sounded like the fucking devil. But, people, we
I
are
sounded like some bad vaporwave.
You really did. No, man, but, by the way, welcome back to fucking, where do you live again? Colorado?
I live in Colorado, but I was visiting Florida. That's my
Okay.
hometown.
Well, welcome back to the MCA. I missed you, you Kathy Bates looking motherfucker.
Even worse now, I got a haircut down there, man.
You got a haircut?
haircut?
Yeah, you can't tell because I'm wearing a black shirt, but this is all I got now.
That's what she said.
Okay, wait.
Wow.
Hold on. Yeah, it's no different than last time.
Yeah, it's just like
Man.
it's shorter.
You guys said that, but the fucking barber was laughing at me as he was cutting my hair. He's like, damn, where the fuck is all this hair coming from? It's nothing but curls.
Damn.
Well, you see, you can tell Gotcha guy actually got a haircut because his hair's combed.
Aw.
I know you ain't dissing me with your Mo Slizlak haircut.
Bitch, I don't. Hey, I look this good all the time.
Man,
It's like good. I mean,
all right. Alan, since we're dissing haircuts, I want to know, do you ask for the number 4 Kim Jong-il cut? Because I know that's a perfect cut.
Hey.
Fuck off. At least I look like a dude.
Do you?
Fight.
Yes.
Motherfucker could dish out all sorts of shit. When you talk about his hair, he'd become a sensitive little bitch.
Oh,
Hey, you
damn.
just mad because I gave you a bowl haircut.
A bowl haircut? What kind of bowls are you fucking dealing with?
I actually gotta say, Ganja, you said he looks like Kim Jong, this fucking dude.
No, I was talking about the dictator,
Kim
Dude.
Jong-il, North Korea
Yeah,
dictator.
the leader of North Korea.
Oh, sorry, I got my yellow
You
mixed
were
up.
in the right vicinity with the Asian
dear
stuff,
Lord.
but you got to go further west.
I'm so glad that Ganja was talking.
Jordan in the chat, man. Gotcha looks good with his new haircut.
Oh, that's fucked. Man, poor Ganja.
Hey, she's not. Hey, man, I did ask for that haircut. It was on point, except I don't want to go blonde. It just would make me look like a whore.
No, I gotta say, dude,
More
she's
so.
kind of pretty right there. That's Kathy
Yeah.
Bates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nick, how many times have you secretly masturbated to misery?
Dude, like a little bit.
I don't think
Wasn't a whole lot.
secretly is ever a thing in Nick's vocabulary.
No shit, yeah. Trust me, anything that I masturbate to, you know, sweetheart. Like, I told everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you know, since we're on the topic of Alan's hairdo, that. But anyways, so. No, man, I'm just joking, Alan. Don't get excited. Alan's all
What?
blushing and shit.
How you... Jesus Christ.
Look at that. He is blushing. Oh, look at
Oh, I bet you missed it, Alan. Me turn all your jokes around on you. I bet you missed me.
No, I don't miss that. When are you leaving again?
I like how Allie's scared right now because she's like, man, I hope my mom can't hear any of this weird shit that Nick's
Oh
talking
no,
about.
she's gone. It's all good.
Oh, man, we should take advantage of that because people rules. By the way, too.
Yes, I'm back to doing, folks. Bring him up, Nick. Bring
Okay,
up those goddamn rules.
I will bring them up right now. Fuck, I was gonna stall, but you know what though? It's okay.
Fuck stalling. Bring them up.
Next time I have my shit ready.
There we go. Since I'm back, y'all, I'm gonna give you the rules fresh. Newcomers, join the call first. I want to see those new people, especially that I've been gone for a while. So hit me, Alan, or Allie up in the PM, and we'll get you guys onto the show. Rule number 2: do not talk over each other. Except when you hit a bong, because I respect that shit. Unless you hit a weed pipe, do not talk over each other, guys, because it ruins audio quality for later viewing. Rule number 3: please no nudity, folks. YouTube's got a rule against the titty, so don't pull the titty out. Rule number 4: do not give anyone else the link. We have a planned show, and that closely comes off for certain topics. So if you're bringing out the link to anyone else, you're gone, and so are they. Rule number 5: read the rules. And Allie, I already know your mom ain't there, so drop it.
Don't be a dick.
God damn, man.
Dicks out
That
for
is gonna be
American
the
Idol.
new theme song for the NCAA.
Alan, if you were here, man, I would just get on me and you have to throw a towel over me like fucking what's his name? I can't believe I forget my reference.
Jesus!
Got his back, but he's about half back.
Hot diggity dog!
Hey,
That shit was
man,
some bad
yeah.
stuff right there.
Hey man, you can't blame me, man. I was smoking that ragweed shit down in South Florida. I come back to that good shit. It's having a little bit of effect on me. I'm gonna build my tolerance
Sure
back.
it is.
I really like how like Cedric was like, "That was good, Allie." Like, imagine Cedric in the audience.
So Ruthless posted a pic of Ganja like months ago, and he's like, "Hey, let's compare Ganja. He's wearing the same fucking shirt."
He really is. You
Hey
really
man,
like
we
Black
don't change logo designs a lot. So what the fuck am I gonna do? Constantly make a new MCA shirt? That shit gets expensive, y'all.
I like how Ganja looks like he fucking like got caught. The cops like, "Oh, I wasn't doing nothing."
My face looks like when mom caught me watching porn as a kid.
But look at that though. Oh.
Mama, it was just Discovery Channel. Trust me.
Okay, you know what? I used to do that with Gargoyles because I was already watching Gargoyles, but for some reason, commercial, I got a boner, and I'd be like, I just go back and forth, and then like, hi, by the way, Allie.
No. My cable company set it up. Allie, you about to judge us boys for growing up, but this is what happens to us when we're young. Our cable company set it up. It was Channel 29 was Disney, and Channel 30 was Cinemax. That was a fucking trap.
That really was.
I haven't heard the word Channel 29 in 15 fucking years, man.
No,
In
man.
Canada, they used to be
Hey,
much
do y'all
music
know
or something like that.
video games and TV?
Oh god, I fucking forgot about that shit, man.
God, dude. Yeah, man. Like, I gotta tell you though, man. Like, I remember I had Channel 4 was HBO, and I would put it on there, and it would be that weird scribbly like fucking thing. And
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I swear to God, people like to say like we just imagined it. No, fuck that. I saw a titty. All right, so like, fuck y'all.
You were a kid growing up in the 90s. You did whatever it took.
Yeah.
Whatever.
My aunt and uncle had the Playboy channel, but they didn't have it fully. It was just some weird fuck up wiring thing they had. It would come in for like 5 seconds and then go out. Man, there was so many great vacations times that I spent over there. They probably thought I really loved hanging out with my aunt and uncle. No, man, you guys have Playboy channel.
No, but here's the thing, though. I'm actually really curious, too. Did you feel like sometimes the people who do those porn channels did it just for young boys that are hitting puberty? Because if you notice... No, the reason why I think that... This is the reason why I think that. Because when I first saw, like, an actual porno... Because, I mean, I always wanted to see, like, girls naked. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I gave a shit about. You don't want to see no dudes. When you see your first, like, hard penis, that's the most horrifying fucking thing in the world. That might as well be an anime. Like, with the... No, it's scary, dude. I thought it was Freddy Krueger or some shit. Like,
Nick, Allie, you're gonna be very comfortable about this whole conversation, but Nick, you're not wrong. Because when I was little, like I was maybe 7 or 8, and like softcore porn used to come on Cinemax, and it would confuse me as a kid because when I used to wrestle them, I see my genitals, and you don't see no genitals in like softcore porn. So I'm like, what do they do? Do they like cut them off like before the scene? Like, how does this work?
Y'all are weird, man.
And on top of it, too, like, the only thing I knew was my small little kid penis. So it's like, when I saw those fucking, like, pictures or whatever, and you just see this huge monster thing, it's like, what happened to that poor man? Did she pull it out? Like,
Nick was like, you're killing her! You're killing her!
And then it doesn't help that everyone's screaming, like, oh, and I'm just like, what the fuck's they're in pain.
Yo, Nick's not wrong though, because I remember there was this one hardcore porn that I snuck and I watched, and it was with Ron Jeremy, and it was right before.
That's horrifying.
No, it was right when he was young. It was like a 70s or 80s porn. I got one of my dad's
that's
classic
sexy,
VHS. So he gets on the porn and he goes, "All right, kids, we're gonna start playing with her titties now." And he starts sucking on her titties. Yeah, and then he looks at the TV, goes, "And if there are really kids watching, y'all should switch over to Gilligan's Island or some shit. This is for you." And I started looking around like,
Is he talking to me? Oh, this is the weirdest. You know what? I'm marking this is the weirdest conversation we've ever had. Not just on the show, but just in general.
I like in the chat too. Ruth is saying, "Yeah, dick talk, dick statement. Yes, absolutely, man. The midnight dick attack." Because here's the thing, man. I gotta tell you,
MDA.
they need to fucking put not a parental advisory, but like a little child advisory, like on the porn magazines. Like what you're about to see in this fucking magazine is some weird shit. So unless you've already had boners, do not look in here at ruined sex.
Oh, what about
They usually don't sell those directly to kids.
No, Alan, you don't fucking know the half of it. Nick, you know this because you're Latin. But those lowrider magazines,
Yes!
they got away with so much fucking almost softcore to hardcore porn on with those magazines for quote unquote carb enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
they do that shit all the time for men's fitness magazines and shit like that, or just magazines in general. They'll just
No. You gotta check out lowrider magazines. They were
Seriously?
pushing it.
They just didn't give a shit, apparently.
They didn't give a shit. There was Latin magazines, man. Nobody was reading that shit in Spanish.
No, and the weird thing is too. Oh, come on,
Well,
Raheem.
yeah.
Raheem was telling me, Nick, stop lying. You know you want to see some dude besides hot chicks. No, I really. And here's the thing too.
No.
One of the first times I actually found out that girls don't have, like rump, like in the pants, is that's what I call it, rump, Alan, rump.
Oh Lord.
But the thing is, Bill Ganja. No, but the thing is, those lowrider magazines. That's when I found out there was no balls or anything with the girls because those shorts were so small and so up in their crack. I was like, they cannot fit not even one ball in that fucking thing. Like,
Oh man,
it cannot be
I love to
anything.
take you to a drag queen show. He's gonna be grabbing onto me. Ganja, how is he fitting so much dick and balls in such little Lennon? How?
I like to interview a person like from 1 to 10. How bad's your pain right now? Like,
How much baby powder did you put in that bitch?
does that help?
Oh fuck yeah, it does.
Why do you know this?
Why do you know this?
Hey man, I hang out with a lot of strippers and I catch a lot of smells. All right.
Oh God! Gross.
I just said fuck it and left.
Allie's like,
said-
Ganja's gone. It's a good time to quit.
This is the thing. It's funny. It's funny about Allie because right now she just got food, so like she has no choice but to pull those fucking headphones off. So I don't know, man. Oh man, and how Nick calls woman's vagina? Wait, hold on. Let me show this.
Blue's
over here.
Clues.
What? I don't get it.
Is that? Oh, that's dumber than what you actually call genitalia.
Dude, man, shut up. Oh, he's saying like the Blue's Clues like when he talks.
Just picturing a fucking porn star with a Blue's Clue tattoo. And they're going, look, I found Blue's Clue.
I know Steve holds up a vagina in the picture like, what's missing,
Hey
kids?
guys, my name's Steve and this is my first time getting laid. Help me find the clitoris, dude.
This show's got a lot weirder than what I remember.
I like how Gaja just did the Doug theme song, like Doug.
Fuck you, I was hoping nobody noticed.
Wait, okay, really quick. I know, like we're not even on our topics yet, but here's the thing: with you bringing up Doug, Ganja, does Alan not look like fucking Doug? Like if you had a haircut?
Who?
Doug from
Doug,
Nickelodeon.
that's a really vague.
Oh, I'll show you, man.
I don't know. Doug is more like he's more happy-go-lucky, I guess, than Alan. Alan's more like a kind of a little bit of a stick in mud. I love you, Alan, but you kind of are.
Fuck you. How about that?
No, because
Apparently,
this
I
is,
look nothing like him. What are you talking about?
dude.
Yeah,
if you cut
man.
your hair, man, you would kind of look like him, I think.
No.
No.
I don't see it. I don't see that at all.
Okay, well.
But according to Ganja, I'm no fun at all.
Oh no, you're.
I said a little bit of stick in the mud. You're like maybe
Bullshit.
a few centimeters into the mud.
I mean, you've been in the
Hated him.
mud before. I mean, that's what he basically means. Like,
You know, wipe your feet.
yeah, like don't walk in my house with your shoes on. That's all I'm saying. Just,
Don't be disrespectful. It's the Asian household. We take
Yeah.
our shoes off.
okay, no, not just Asians do that. You fuck. That's mean.
Why you calling me out, bitch?
I'm sorry. I'm
Somebody asked to.
Since we're already in the racist, somewhat thing around here, because I know people are gonna call us racist for thinking the way we do about this particular trailer. Ganja, Black Panther, you just watched it. How do you feel, sir?
All right. First of all, I'm gonna give two different reviews because one is I'm reviewing the hype that's surrounding the film and how I came into it watching the trailer. A lot of people on my Facebook were really blowing it up when it came out because I was in Florida when this came out, so I didn't really have a chance to watch the trailer or give it time to actually watch it, do a couple rewatches, check it out again. So now with me doing it before we got onto the show today, I really don't get all the fucking hype, man. Like, I get it. Like, he's doing a lot of cool superhero stuff, but to me, it's no different than any kind of Marvel trailer that we've seen so far with Spider-Man, Captain America. Those really agile superheroes where they do different type of moves that are quick, fast-paced, and they do long jumps, and they basically show their prowess as fighters. And that's basically what I was seeing with Black Panther. I wasn't seeing no difference in his his abilities. He seemed more like Captain America with a Black Panther outfit on. And there was only a few times that I saw in the trailer that they really hyped up his character in the action sequences, like the part where he's chasing one of the motor vehicles and he jumps up on the roof and he starts chasing them like a panther, crawling and then jumping on the vehicle, slicing at them like an actual cat would, which I appreciate that because Black Panther is supposed to be more of an animalistic fighter. He doesn't fight clean like a kung fu fighter like Daredevil. He goes off of pure instinct, and what his superpower is just to interpret the spirit of a panther. And I appreciate that, but a lot of the stuff was very lackluster. I didn't appreciate. A lot of people were saying that the kind of the settings and stuff was very hyped. I didn't really get a vibe of that. I felt like it was kind of very CGI heavy, kind of like if we were going to what's his name's planet, Thor's planet.
Oh
when
yeah,
we go
Valhalla.
Valhalla was kind of like that. Like, I kind of want to see more of Wakanda. I guess the first trailer, so they're not going to show us all of what he's dealing with and what the city's like. But just from the outline and what they showed, like going around it was really kind of just basic superhero stuff for me. So for me, I guess my first review is like, the hype is completely unnecessary in my point of view. I think it's just people that are craving like a black superhero are finally getting it or just thrilled to have it, and I support them. But I think they're just making it more hype than what it is. And the second thing with just the trailer in general, I just think it was just, matinee. I don't think it portrayed how epic the movie's possibly going to be. It was just very lackluster for me.
Now, one thing I want to bring up really quick, because this is my issue with a lot of just movies that are coming out just in general nowadays. And I'm sorry, but this is really going to offend Allie, because it's like both Wonder Woman and Black Panther I don't like. And, the reasons why I can see people getting mad at me for, but we'll see what happens. Now, to bring something up, Tay said it perfectly for me, and here we go. I don't know why he's doing that shit, Ron. No, but Tay, she said, Ganja, he's a black superhero, that's the reason. Now, I am so sick of that being the reason for everything being okay. Like, Moonlight, I'm sorry, people, but every time I watch a trailer or hear someone talk about it, there is nothing. It's the most empty fucking thing. The premise, the movie, the everything. It's the same old shit. And did nothing with the gay aspect of it. It's just like, oh, black people got their gay movie. That's awesome.
If anything, it was more like showing how shameful people depict gay sex between two black dudes are. Like, I felt more that it was portraying the shame of it than actually like promoting like gay equality.
And there's so much stuff you could have done with it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you do a movie about black culture, do a movie about gay culture, and then you finally have this amazing opportunity to put them both together, you should really represent it well and do a good job with it and do something different. That movie was basically just a white person's movie with a color cosmetic download. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it was like an Overwatch upgrade. It was fucking ridiculous. But Alan, I'm gonna ask you. Like, I'll get more into what I'm talking about as far as like that stuff goes. But I didn't get your opinion really too about the trailer. So go ahead, man. Like, what do you feel about Black Panther, and do you think there's anything to what me and Ganja are saying as far as the hype goes?
I 100% wholeheartedly, completely agree with everything y'all are saying.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I didn't want to watch it because obviously when it comes to superhero things, you watch the trailer, you get too much of the movie. So I wanted to wait it. But 90's like, hey, check it out. And the first thing that popped in my head is the fucking music in this is the worst music I've heard in a trailer. Oh, it was awful. I was just like, what the hell am I listening to? It's barely audible, and it's just like, what the fuck am I listening to?
My favorite is all the revolutionary speeches they have in the background. I was like, yeah, because these guys totally love kings.
Because you kept hearing that. Your revolution won't be televised. Like, this is awful. What the fuck am I listening to? But then as I was watching the trailer, I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, he's Black Panther's doing his thing. He's kicking a lot of ass. But I'm just like, I'm kind of bored by what I'm seeing. But the one thing that did interest me was Wakanda, the actual city. Because I'm like, oh, I kind of like this idea of this insanely technological city within essentially what is, in the modern world. That's always something that I fancy of. Incredible technology in a modern setting. Like, how do people that live in Wakanda deal with the fact that they're in a world that is probably 100 years behind them in technology? That to me is something interesting. But my thing with the trailer, it's like, there were some cool shots, and that scene where they're chasing through the city, I'm like, that's a really cool shot. But there's a particular line of dialogue that bothered me, and it was when the woman walks up and goes, what kind of king do you want to be? I'm like, please stop this. I feel like Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Batman, and a bunch of other Marvels have done the same thing. But that's just because of what I got from the trailer. And just because you've done a storyline before doesn't mean you can't do it again, but more interesting. And to me, the most interesting thing about this is the city of Wakanda. And that's kind of what I want to see in the movie. I want to know how you're going to do this city and actually make it interesting, because I really didn't get anything from this trailer. But I'm more interested in the city in this movie than I am the character, where Thor Ragnarok is the complete opposite. I don't give a shit about Asgard, but I care about the Hulk. So that's really the big distinction between those two trailers are.
Yeah, and oh man, I was trying to look up something, but I don't know what's up with this fucking computer. But the thing is, my issue, there's parts like, okay, like you're talking about Wakanda, and I wanted to see more of Wakanda too, but I saw a little bit of it in this trailer, like a little bit more than last time.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you, man, and this is one of those situations where it's like, okay, I can't even blame the movie for doing this, because it's like the attempt is something that's huge. The task at hand is to build this country. It doesn't even exist, this world.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna look like shit because that's hard to fucking do. I gotta like give them some respect for even trying. But it looks so ridiculously fake, and just the idea of how they're gonna try to get this idea over with me and actually kind of like explain to me how a lot of the stuff works. Like for instance, the bad guy when you know he's posing or something, and all of a sudden he turns like gold. It was like it looked worse than Edward Cullen in fucking Twilight when he turns into diamond.
It looked okay, but it was basically what it was is that it because what we saw in Civil War was that was his outfit. So it seems like what this is basically battle armor. And it's like his is a special ceremonial battle armor because he's the king, and then his enemy is just a different kind of, you know, some sort of royal guard maybe. I don't know much about the comics, but that seems like kind of what he is, like a banished royal guard and maybe even banished king. Oh man, this is Lion King.
Yeah, and then here's the biggest thing too.
Dude, you're not, man. I'm glad you brought that up, because there was a few times like I had to pull my head out of that. I was like, man, this is not Lion King, is it? Because there's one scene where he's literally walking in like this dream sequence, and it's the open savannah, and there's just nothing but beautiful stars in the foreground. And I was waiting for Mustafa to come up and be like, Simba, follow your dream.
Yeah.
What kind of king do you want to be?
Like, there was a lot of fucking things. I don't know if it's because we've seen this portrayed in Lion Kings and other movies that are, like, Afrocentric, so we've seen this portrayed a lot. So we're just picking it up as a comparison to the other films. But a lot of these stuff, man, it felt like the fact that this they're bringing the Golden Black Panther as his villain. That dude is such a weak fucking villain. I don't like any of his dialogue within the trailer. He sounded
that was awful.
He was a horrible actor. Like, I don't get how anybody could support this dude from just seeing what he's done in the trailer. Like, he might be a better actor, and they just happen to give you like the most highlights of him sucking with dialogue. But as far as I'm concerned, dude, he seems like like what Marvel keeps doing, like weak villains for introduction of good heroes.
Well, the thing is, in the trailer he was awful. I'm not going to defend Michael B. Jordan, but the thing is, Michael B. Jordan is a great actor. If you've seen Creed or if you've seen Chronicle, he is great in both those movies. I know he's in some other stuff that I haven't seen. Fruitvale Station is one of them. But again, Creed and Chronicle, he's incredible in it. He's like up there as one of my favorite actors. He was awful in this fucking, like, he has like maybe 2 lines of dialogue, but it's almost like they just kind of like just shoved him in. It's like, just start yelling about burning shit. Like, oh, you remember X-Men Apocalypse, right? Just say some of that dialogue.
Well, the biggest thing that kind of bothers me too is like there's certain things like, okay, like I showed you guys for a second there that little spot in the trailer where he's transforming right here, like, you know, the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I kind of like that. That was kind of cool.
I didn't, but here's the thing that remind me of that everyone talks shit about, and now they're okay with it because Black Panther's on it. But like Gods of Egypt, and one thing that really set this in stone for me.
Oh, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
And then look at this shit, literally the same costume, and it looks so much better.
No, it does not. You didn't see the fucking movie.
So much.
You did not see the fucking movie.
I seen the trailer and seen people like the big gods, the big tall like god characters like going after Gerard Butler, and I'm like, okay, at least that's like moving and still looking aight. But like, dude, Black Panther, I'm sorry, man, but that shit looks fucking hilarious. I'm gonna show it again really quick. But this fucking thing, that come on, man.
No, that's the thing. Like in the actual, like you're comparing a still, like, you know, some of the trailers shot from Gods of Egypt. I saw the fucking movie. I don't know why. That is just, it is not does not look as good as it does. Like maybe, like to me, like I don't know. To me, I thought that looked kind of cool, mostly because it was quick. It was just his kind of the rest of us who just essentially breaking down. It's just like, hey, what he actually has on, like almost like the clothing is essentially just like a mask for what's underneath of the kind of nanotech. But like, yeah, sure, maybe not all the CG in the trailers are good, but what I like about the technology is, and what I like about the world of Wakanda is, take this old kind of this old world mentality, but what happens if they were able to continue the traditionalism into the future? And that to me is what I like. That's the thing. I'm way more interested in the country of Wakanda than anything else in this trailer. I'm like, I want to see what is it like for the normal person living in this city. Like, what's it like for average Joe walking down the street
There's
wanting to
no
buy a
way
taco?
they're gonna-
Like,
There's no way they're gonna be able to show you that because there's so
no,
many
but like,
things.
I'm not saying.
On top of that too, because here's the thing, and Tay's saying this too, and I'm noticing because Corey said this on the show yesterday, and I laughed so hard because Martin and Oz were trying to like keep him from saying so much shit about it, but like, you know, Tay saying, "What the fuck? Michael B. Jordan is a good actor. Plus, it was only 2 lines. You can't judge him by that." Okay, here's the thing though, this
That's true.
community, everybody in that chat right now, and everyone who does this all the time with any kind of movies that come out, everyone loves to judge a fucking like Suicide Squad. Oh man, that's gonna be bad. Look how they're saying, you know, Will Smith and his fucking little line.
What are we kind of some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, everyone
That line
loves
is
to
so
judge
awful.
motherfuckers by shit like that. But man, Black Panther though, it's Black Panther, Ganja. Don't you understand? It's Black Panther. You can't talk shit about
yeah,
it.
good point. It's Black Panther. I expect better.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's funny to me because it's like any other franchise or anything. It's totally cool to talk shit and pick apart little tiny things and make a big deal of little fucking things. But Black Panther though, no man. That like Michael B. Jordan, like I totally cool with how they're gonna explain where he came from, etc. Maybe he's not from Wakanda, but it's jarring to hear Michonne, I think her name is Dana Guerrero or something, and everybody else like in the movie talking with an accent. Then you get to Michael B. Jordan, he's like, "Man, I'm gonna blow this place up."
Yeah,
Man,
again, I like
man.
Michael B. Jordan, and as someone that's a huge fan of him, that is
That's
awful
some
dialogue. Like,
Nickelodeon
that could have been a
fucking
rando extra that just
Welcome
showed
to
up.
Good Burger shit. Like
That
that.
reminds me of remember in Wonder Woman, the Ares.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman's all like, "I believe in love," and he's like, "Then I will destroy you." I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
Yeah,
why?"
they get the big name actor to kind of say a few words. I'm just like, okay, maybe maybe Tay's right. It's like maybe when we actually get to see the movie, maybe that is the worst line of dialogue. But it's really hard to gauge him when we've only seen his face and 2 lines of dialogue. It's like, hey, maybe he'll be the best villain Marvel's ever had. Maybe not.
And I actually really like this question too, because Ganja, we're in this together, but Jet's gonna play us against each other, man.
Hold my hand, brother.
No, I had to fight you a little bit because even Jet says, but Spider-Man was more hyped than this. Now that's where my question is. Other than your love for Spider-Man, how was that? I mean, the movie was great, by the way. I'm not gonna talk shit about Spider-Man, but that trailer was just as bad, if not worse, than this trailer. So, those 2 trailers.
The thing with the Spider-Man trailer, the main difference is it brought you into the world of Spider-Man as a kid, especially with the music playing Time to Pretend, was basically showing his kid side. It was giving you basically a heads up of what this character is. And throughout the trailer, you see him joking around with his buddies. You see him acting towards these dangerous icons and bringing these villains that are superimposed, but are somewhat grounded. Like, for example, when they first bring in, I can't forget, what's the actor's name that plays the Vulture? I'm trying to remember his name.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
When they bring Michael Keaton in the first half, he is imposing. He has a scary facade with him. He first appears in his full getup, and then he comes off with the head off, and just shows that he's also intimidating with the mask off. Well, the difference between this trailer and how they introduced the main villain is Michael B. Jordan is just basically doing the same apocalypse stint, which I'm going to end the world, I'm going to blow everything up, and then they show him just give on 2 more lines of dialogue that are very poorly delivered, whereas at least the trailer had some good dialogue before him and some half stuff that was cut out. And it looked poorly done and separated on its own. Whereas this one, it was very cut and dry, and I didn't like the music with it because it felt like it was hyping up for something that's not there. Like with the revolution music, the hard pumping thing, we didn't get that. Like if there was more action sequence with Black Panther, or him like stalking his prey, or like him actually showing more action sequence rather than these like faux like shots of like Wakanda and just like the background with this music, I think it would have blended a lot better if they would have chosen more calm music to show off the beginning half of the trailer and then jumped into that very hard kind of hip-hop music later on when he's chasing the bad guys and is showing all the action sequence. It would have built up to it, just like the Spider-Man trailer. The first half is Time to Pretend, then it goes off into its basic movie score, showing off the fight sequences, him trying to survive as Spider-Man and him trying to do the life as Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time with his friends.
Yeah, and and I'm seeing his own blade, which is Jeffrey Parker. He's I think disagreeing with us on a couple of things here, and I mean I know the chat is too,
Sure.
but the biggest thing here that I'm just kind of like, because you brought up that again too, and we need to touch on that because that's very, very important, that music. And I hated that awful stuff from Spider-Man, but there is nothing more comedic because like Spider-Man was annoying, and some people might like it. Ganja liked it. Lots of people in the MCU community liked it, but I didn't. That's different. But I think we're all in agreement. that the shit was hilarious in Black Panther. There's a guy talking like a fucking cat going, yeah, I'm about to get him right now. I'm gonna hit him right now.
Man, all I could think of was, don't bring back Run the Jewels. Just bring back Run the Jewels. Just how do I change the audio and just put the other trailer?
Oh, no shit.
But Vince Staples is the guy who does the song for, or it was called Back. That's the song, or the name of the song for this new trailer. The Run the Jewels thing, legend has it, that shit was okay.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
alright. Granted, I still feel like it was like Luke Cagey, like, hey, he's black,
It's
so...
a good song at least, man.
Nah, this trailer was very guilty of the Luke Cage. Let's add hip hop for the sake of hip hop because it's a black character.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because it's like, it's almost like, I don't want to say it like this because obviously, like, if I was black, I'd probably like it, but it's one of those situations where it's almost like, I wouldn't say racist, but it's like, just because he's Black Panther does not mean you have to put rap all over. You could have easily did a serious, badass trailer instead of like, dude, like this whole world that he's in, this country, Wakanda, the whole thing. This is supposed to be a big deal, and it looks epic, man. Like when they show it, it's like, oh shit, and in my head, when I see that without the music on, I feel like, oh, like it looks fucking awesome. And
Yeah,
this is
that's
a
the
big
thing.
deal.
Orchestral would make a little bit of sense. Like I get what you mean, but I feel like I don't know if they're just using hip hop because it's Black Panther or just because fuck it, hip hop has been working so far. Let's just put hip hop to every fucking thing that we got.
Yeah.
Like except
It's
for Guardians where we do 80s music.
Yeah, it's trying to appeal to the black audience and black market because they know that. I feel like I just feel like there's some exec that decided, oh hey guys, we should have hip hop behind our music. It's like a white guy behind a desk,
and he
that's,
pays
so
some
out
black
of
dude to
tune.
do it. Like he's like, find the best,
Yeah,
exactly.
like they don't really like get it that hey, it's Black Panther. Like people are gonna go see it regardless.
Right.
So, but yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
There
kinda
are
on
good
your
things in
side. Yeah, like I mean, it still looks promising. I just see it falling into a lot of the same tropes Marvel movies always end up doing. So we'll see. I think it'll be passable, but I was just actually watching this YouTube video earlier today, and it was this guy actually like giving this like essay on like passable movies, like the movies that are in between. They're not terrible, but they're not amazing. And there's just a lot of that. Yeah, they're average. And there's just a lot of that out there. And it's like, that's not really a good culture. Like, it's not really a good habit to get into. Like, oh, just passable movies. But let's not try to do anything creative and unique and different. Like, yes, Black Panther is definitely different from what we've seen. But, like, what are they going to do with the characters? What are they going to do with the story to really elevate that and to really, like, benefit from already having this amazing new like expansion of the Marvel universe, which I just highly doubt they'll do anything really different with the story.
And one thing that's concerning as
So-
well, because I know some people would probably say like, okay, now you're going to compare this to a bunch of other shit. They need to reestablish. They need to establish just in general who Black Panther is to this crowd, right? To not just black people, but all people.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so we won't compare it to any other movies. So let me just compare it to the other trailer it had. I gotta tell you, the other trailer was a teaser trailer. The first one we saw, it wasn't an actual full-length trailer. I saw more cool shit from that one than this one. I mean, dude, Ganja, did we not make fun of that shit when he was flipping around in a circle in the
I
air?
haven't liked any of these Black Panther trailers, to be honest with you. Even the teaser one was very lackluster for me. It's not giving me that jolt that I've gotten from the other Marvel trailers. Even I know you don't like the scene where Hulk comes out and Thor celebrates his buddy showing up. But that was that was one of the things that stood out, at least.
Because it was so bad.
Oh, you just
Buddy's
got
hanging out.
Oh, say it one more time, Ganja, because your shit just went. No, you still don't. Now I can hear you.
We can hear you, motherfucker.
Damn, his internet sucks. But no, like what he was basically saying though, like he likes the part where he got his hype from the Thor Ragnarok thing, which I didn't, by the way. I don't know if you did, Alan. But
Oh, I hated that fucking trailer. I hated
Yeah.
it. The first half of the Thor Ragnarok trailer to me was incredible. So I'm like, oh man, you have this powerful villain, you have this incredible like setup scenario. She destroys him. Like, oh man, this is so cool. And the second half becomes Guardians of the Galaxy. I was just like, what the fuck happened? But
Yeah.
anyway, to kind of qualm what's happening in the chat and what everyone's talking about, like the first Black Panther teaser, I kind of enjoyed because it gave me, I like action. I like seeing, hand-to-hand combat. I like seeing the fisticuffs. And with the second trailer, the action is good. Like there are good things in the second Black Panther trailer. It's enough to get an idea of what's going on. But unfortunately, like I said, it falls into, like I was saying, it's fallen into some of the same superhero tropes. Like how many times is somebody going to sit down next to the main character and ask him, what kind of insert blank do you want to be? Like,
Yeah.
what it reminds me of, it literally reminds me of Man of Steel when Pa Kent goes up to Clark and goes, at one point you're gonna choose what kind of man do you want to be. I'm just like, come on, man, like,
Yeah.
at least change it up a little bit.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, Spider-Man.
And one thing to bring up too, because there's a couple things I've been looking at the chat. Like for one, we'll get to this in a minute, Cedric. But definitely that's not what we're talking about. Because for me, I'm mad that like they give you so much in a teaser, and yet this trailer that should give me a tiny bit more gave me a little bit less. And yet it was all still too much. We'll get into that in a second. But one thing that really kind of got me like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, Tay's saying I wasn't paying attention to the music. That's frustrating to know, Tay. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because with this trailer, with any trailer, really, you should be paying attention to this stuff no matter what. But the big thing that really bothers me is some of the, like, story was in the song. Like, there's parts where it's like, yo, it's revolution, something, something. Like, they're using the lyrics from the song to kind of, like, get across, like, the point of the trailer and basically the story, because they don't want to do it with actual dialogue from the movie. They'll have the song do the work for them.
No, that's actually better than instead of saying, because then you have the Michael B. Jordan of "I will burn the world" or something, whatever the fuck he said.
No, exactly. But then they still did that too. So I was like, "Fuck, idiots!" But like when Tay said she wasn't listening to music, it's like you have no choice. Like you must have watched it on mute then, because you have no choice but to listen to music. It was loud as fuck. I was trying to ignore it. You can't if you're paying attention. Like. You have to.
Right.
I'm just sick of these like insert hip hop track number 57 into these, and sometimes I feel like we're almost going back to the fucking Daredevil season 3 is gonna have Evanescence. We're just gonna go full circle to the 90s. Fuck it, just put whatever song is kind of popular.
Bring me to life.
Bring me back inside. I'm waiting for Evanescence to make a resurgence, man.
Oh man, dude, no, please God, no. I hate Evanescence.
Nah, plus Cedric, like that's completely not our point. Because the thing with DC is they show you the complete movie to the point that they'll show you how the fucking villain's gonna die at the end with all the 3 superheroes charging at him. They don't go way fucking overboard when it comes to showing you the movie.
Yeah.
What we want is more of a hyper trailer, I guess. Like I want to show Black Panther as this more badass character that he is, to the point that he can take on the Avengers single-handedly at one point in some of the comic books. Like he is basically their universe of a godlike Batman figure, and he does it for all the right reasons, and then he's a good king, so they play on the political stuff with him. They don't show any of that shit. They go into just the most basic, hey, this motherfucker trying to steal my throne, let me fight him.
Yeah, and the biggest thing too about the trailer, because here's the thing, like
At least with Lion King, I get Timon and Pumbaa, man. I don't see no comedy relief in this movie yet.
And that's the thing. Like maybe I'm kind of the complete opposite when it comes to trailers, because to me it's like, for the most part, I just want to know what's kind of at least why should I go to your movie to watch it? And it's like I don't need 15 trailers. I generally just need one good one. And with this, it's like there's enough of Wakanda that I'm interested to see what the kind of city is going to be. But it's just it falls into a lot of the pitfalls. That's what's happening. And that's my problem with the movie is there's so many things that we've seen a bunch of times. And yes, that could be done interesting and well. We've seen the same kind of story be told in a different light. I just don't know if this is going to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, she makes a point here too. Jet, she's saying, every James Bond theme does that. Completely agree. I fucking hate James Bond. I know.
They write those movies.
I hate that excuse. So and so did it, so I can get away with it too. What are you, 5?
Well, no.
So again, as I put it in the chat, those themes, Skyfall and everything else, they write those for the movie. Those aren't just some artist just wrote that song like 20 years ago. It's like they straight up create the songs for those movies.
Yeah, and I mean, me and Ganja talked about before we did the show. We're like, man, people are not gonna like this shit. But I'm telling y'all, like, this is one of the situations where the hype is like, because if you notice, most of the people who loved Luke Cage, they've rewatched it. They're like, oh yeah, that was fucking rough. Like that. I mean, I think that and Iron Fist, like, not single-handedly, it's 2 shows, but those 2 things killed the entire hype for Netflix in general. I think people are sick of those Marvel shows. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe if it was just Luke Cage, he could come back from her. Maybe it was just Iron Fist, but both back to back, killing it. You know what I mean? Just ruined it.
And then they're hinting at these 2 working together in those series, so that's got people a little deflated.
I mean, people like some people saying the best parts of Defenders was watching those 2. So it's like if they just they don't need to do the season 2 for any of those Netflix shows. They just need to start combining characters. But I get what you mean. It's like if we keep seeing these either mediocre or average movies, people aren't going to be excited for the next one. Like Miss Marvel is going to come out at some point after Infinity Wars, and it's like if we keep this trend up of subpar decent origin movies, it might start actually getting to the point where people don't want to start seeing every one of these.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, man, like that right there, the whole jumping off shit thing. For one, like I know
he
you like
likes
the crawl.
Terminator too, man. Like you and Black Panther have something in common.
No, but the thing is it's cool. Like the idea of it is fucking awesome. Just like Ganja says, he's like, dude, I love how he's like acting like a cat. It'd be cool if they didn't use the same guy to put this together as the dude who did Twilight. Like I'm telling you, dude, when in Twilight, when they're turning into wolves and jumping at each other all fast and doing all the action scenes, that shit looked way more real than Black Panther. Just like he looks squishy. You know it's not really him, but it's like at least do like.
I get what you're saying. Some of the things that kind of you could tell the CGI kind of looks a little Play-Doh-ish.
Yeah, it's like fast forwarding the Saints Row gameplay. Like.
Yeah, I don't know if that's those because of the trailer and it's gonna be much cleaned up when we see the actual film itself.
Probably.
Because sometimes they do that too.
Yeah, he has like ragdoll physics. Like this is like one of those bad NFL video games before the PS4 came out. Like I mean, it's weird. Like,
the Spider-Man trailer was like that also. There was a few scenes that you see in the movie that was very much well cleaned up, and they rendered a few times and it looked great. But when they released it to the trailer audience, it wasn't as cleaned up as it was throughout the whole film. So it kind of stands out, especially when you watch it. I think of the trailer when he's holding up the two compartment things. He looks like a fake action figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that in the trailer. But again, yeah. Sometimes what they do is they're doing the trailers before the movie's fully like polished out. So it's like sometimes they get footage that's like not the best, but they're getting it early because they want to get it in time to make sure that they can do it on a proper release schedule. So sometimes that does happen.
And that shit too. I'm sorry, but yo,
hey,
I'm not a fan
Tron
of Green
is
Lantern.
Tron is big in Wakanda, man.
No, but I hate Green Lantern and all that shit, and y'all gonna do a purple version? Like, man, no. Like, you're taking this nerd shit too fucking far. That is fucking stupid. I mean, what's gonna happen next? Like, Wonder Woman's gonna come out with a movie and she's gonna be driving an invisible fucking plane in the sky?
Oh, please,
what the
God.
fuck?
Don't ever bring that back.
Yeah.
Don't bring that back. Don't, Ganja. Don't. I know.
Nick, come here. Alan,
No, Ganja, don't.
Nick, all right. Did you make that reference and know fully well that she actually does have an invisible jet that she drives around?
Oh, no, I know. I'm very much aware.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Okay.
I thought he created that on his own. I was like, Ganja, shh, don't tell him.
I thought you about to lose your shit.
Yeah, so, I don't know, man. It's just fucking crazy. I'm sorry. I don't know why everyone likes this trailer so much.
Hey,
then again, the movie's come out soon.
Yeah. Maybe Cedric is right. Maybe in February we'll all say we're wrong. Honestly, I hope that. I hope I walk out of this movie going, man, this movie was great. Like,
Hey,
who wants to be right about hating a movie?
All I know is if I'm right and it sucks, man, y'all ain't gonna never hear the end of me.
But that's the thing. Like, honestly, I said I was wrong. Ganja, I had to tell you sorry because I was talking so much shit about Spider-Man: Homecoming. That's my second favorite Spider-Man movie ever.
Dude, you talked so much shit to the review. When you gave it a good review, I was so fucking confused.
Yeah, because there's a lot of shit I hated, but at the same time, it's like ain't nothing. Like when he's doing his Spider-Man shit, I'm hyped, dude. I can't control myself. The shit was fucking awesome. So, you know, I get it. Hopefully this movie does that too. But I gotta tell you, man, when you got some people going like, "Hello, we're going to the revolution," and the other guy's like, "I don't want a revolution, mother." Like, fuck that. Like, you know, have Jane Smith be in the fucking movie then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between this and fucking Neo Yokio? Except for Neo Yokio is actually entertaining.
Oh, dear Lord.
I'm just saying, I actually like Neo Yokio. I'd
Far,
rather watch.
Jesus Christ, that was just a trailer, Nick.
Goddamn.
Well, no, I didn't watch all of Neo Yokio. I just saw mainly the 2
Good.
episodes in the trailer. But I will say, at least the trailer got a reaction out of me. I watched this fucking thing. I'm just like,
It's like we all shot somebody and Nick just came with the shotgun and blew his face. All like, damn!
It's like, well, damn!
Holy shit!
I mean, this is like the Room, Ganja. No, I'm just playing.
This is the room of the Marvel movies.
And Tommy would suck. No, that's bad. I am sorry. I apologize.
Tommy Wakanda.
Oh.
Both of you go to timeout. Both of you go to fucking timeout. Me and I do the show by ourselves. Y'all get the fuck out of here.
Oh, hi, Black Panther. We'll see what happens in this fucking movie. But here's another thing, though, because another nerdy fucking property came out recently with the trailer, and that is New Mutants. New Mutants. Now, this sucked too.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. Alan, what do you feel?
Man, okay, I've been vocal that I hate the fucking X-Men. The movies, anime television show was pretty good. But I've never liked any of the fucking X-Men movies except for except for First Class, which apparently I'm the only one that likes that movie.
Yeah, that movie
But
sucked.
I don't like the kinds of same stories they always keep telling. And people keep telling me, well, they're supposed to. It's like, try to differentiate. This is what they're trying to do, is differentiate. Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to set a horror movie in the fucking X-Men universe, and they fucking nailed it because it's a run-of-the-mill fucking horror movie, except now you have like young kids with weird powers, and one of them is trying to kill other people, and that's basically all we got with the trailer.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, like, you know, before we even get to new, let me ask Ganja too. Did you watch it yet?
I did watch the trailer.
What'd you feel?
Man, is it a horror movie?
Apparently, it's supposed to be rated R too.
All right, because for New Mutants, the first thing I thought was like, oh, is this gonna be like another X-Men bullshit?
Yeah.
So while I'm watching the trailer, I'm like, okay, this is kind of scary, kind of cool, but like the thing with me in horror movies, man, I really don't like a lot of the tropes they do, especially when they do in the quick cuts and they're going through different types of rooms and they're just showing off the scariness and the vibe of the atmosphere. And like the one scene where she's I think she's losing her mind, or they're implying that she's going crazy in the psych room and the hand starts reaching through. I never really found that stuff scary. Like, even I recently saw the movie It with my family down in Florida, and even that, like, you guys would say it was scary. I was never terrified once throughout it. I think it was one tense moment. It was right at the beginning with Georgie, and that was because it was a little kid that it had me tense. But besides that, I'm a very, like, you have to be very scary. Like, the only time that I've been scared in a horror film, and it's been a while, was, I'm trying to remember, this first Sinister.
Oh, that movie scared the shit out of me.
That was the last film I could think of that really scared me in my adulthood as a horror film.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, here's my thing. Because on top of being scary or whatever, I just want to be entertained. I mean, it really just comes down. I just want to be like.
Hey, maybe it'll be up your wheelhouse. It's a horror movie, but you know, with like people with powers and shit.
But see, the thing that frustrates me is this movie guarantees that no matter what, you will be disappointed. Because for one, that shit, it's horror, but it's not really gonna be, because you know that it's about the New Mutants, and somehow these are gonna be protagonists somewhere in the film, right? So already you're gonna take the horrorness out of it. It's not gonna be that scary. It's gonna turn to action.
Wait, let's find out that Freddy's gonna be the good guy. He's gonna be saving children in the next film.
No, that's the thing that frustrates me, because it's like,
well,
how
that's
are you
the thing.
gonna
They're a bunch of randos. It's not like Wolverine and Jean Grey are there. It's a bunch of randos, so it's like they can.
Dude, I said that shit like Anthony. By the way, I looked in the chat.
The thing is, again, in this show, like, they're a bunch of randos people. Like, they're called New Mutants because they're a bunch of when this is X-Men, it's in the X-Men universe. So it's like, again, it's people with powers. So it's like the kind of almost like these kids, like you're not really gonna know them, maybe one or two. So it's gonna be a situation where they can kind of be picked off like a typical horror movie. It's kind of my problem, is it might just end up being just another, run-of-the-mill slasher, run-of-the-mill body count movie. Yeah.
Now, Allie, I was gonna ask you. Well, then again, you are muted, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. No, what do you feel about the New Mutants thing? And is this something that you're kind of hyped for, whether or not it's horror or action?
Well, first off, I'm not a huge X-Men fan. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Finn. Yeah, Finn. No, it was weird for me. Like, I didn't ever think X-Men would go into horror, so I thought like part of that was intriguing, but
and then they're like, I
don't know, like, I don't know if I would rush out to see this. Like, if it happened, like, I would see myself renting it, but I can't see myself like going out to the theater and being stoked to see this. Like, it just seems a little bit underwhelming to me. Very different and unique, I will say. Fox definitely taking more risks with their property. So, I mean, that's cool to see. You definitely want to support, especially if it's good. If it turns out to be really good, you definitely want to support creativity in that regard. But at least right now, I'm not really stoked. I don't really have any feelings towards it. It definitely doesn't look bad, though. I mean, it looks definitely decent. I see it actually being good, really good. Who knows? So we'll see, you know.
Well, we'll see, but, like, that's the thing. Like, this is one of those situations where, for one, the source material is goofy as fuck, which that comes with the territory, because it's fucking, it's comic book movies, or comic book anything properties. And the shit's just bad. Like, honestly, like, looking at this, is there any point, Ganja, that you're looking at this, you're like, ooh, man, can't wait to see what that's going to be about. Oh, fucking A.
Not at all, man. Like, and most of the trailer was very, like I said, very lackluster, and I had no real sense to rush out and go see it. My only thing with it is the only cool premise that these guys are heroes going through a horror scenario. But even with that in there, like, I can't tell if these guys are going to be the protagonists or the antagonists, or they're going to be anti-heroes. Like, they're trying to get out of the mental institution, but by them trying to do that, they basically inflict a lot of pain and chaos upon the facility and people that work within it, and just other patients in general. But even then, I'm not getting that from the trailer. I'm getting like this is like some B horror action, not action film, but a horror film, where we're gonna see people with a few powers, but most of it's gonna be like jump scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel too. And it's almost like, okay, like I don't mind that type of shit, but when you have potential to do some goofy shit and you're trying to like change the entire genre of what your source material is, it's like we call that when you port something. Yeah, it's like porting a video game to like a lesser console. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like it's weird. It just
That's the thing, not necessarily, because we just had a conversation about, them doing the same old stuff with movies. I like the idea that they're doing something different, and again, just because the source material is weird and doesn't make sense, and that was just a style at the time, doesn't mean you can't take those concepts and still make them work. I mean, look at Spider-Man back in the fucking Spider-Man was on drug PSAs. Like, they can always make it kind of work as long as they do a good job with it. But I don't think they're going to do a good job with this. I think it's going to be what it is the kids' powers are going to be their personalities. We see this in movies all the time. And yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of jump scares and a bunch of, like if it's going to go really hard R, it's going to be one of those, hey, look how brutally we murdered this person, as opposed to anything of substance.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing that I feel like this was done better a while ago, but I feel like I'm not just trying to bring this up because I love this shit so much, but this was done better in Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors, man. Like, I mean, Ganja, I don't know if you saw this movie, but
Man, those did not hang up, man. That looks bad.
Oh, fuck you. No, it does not, man. Fucking Freddy
It looks
Krueger.
like one of
You know what?
one of those rides at Universal where the arms extend and re-extend constantly. So they go
It looks just
slow
as good as the Black Panther trailer.
You know what, man? You know what, Ganja?
Damn.
Hey, you know what, dude? Fuck you.
Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors. Don't wonder. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll
Why
let
does
you
it sound
do
like a
that.
Metallica song?
Oh, fuck. It's Dokken, but they're just like Metallica.
You know what's the difference between Metallica and Led Zeppelin? They're all singing about ogres and shit.
What? You know what,
No, man, have you ever listened to their motherfucking songs? Like, every time they're talking about a mystical Lord of the Rings adventure and shit. I listened to fucking Stairway to Heaven, Kashmir, and I was actually listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about?
But this is the thing, like, I mean, I'm not, like, once again, I'm not just trying to bring this shit up, but it makes sense, because, like, for me, this whole movie was basically these characters. It was a horror movie, obviously, Freddy Krueger, but
Really?
they all have their powers. Like, everyone, when they go to sleep, they, if you just pay enough attention in your dreams, you can mold your dreams the way you want them to be. And it was a pretty cool idea for, like, a comic book theme, man. Like, you got to see a bunch of other different characters, and, like, this motherfucker turns into some wizard or whatever the fuck. That's Alan right there.
Oh, Doctor Strange shows up? Cool.
Yeah, no, basically, yeah. Like, I think they even name dropped Doctor Strange in the movie. But yeah, man, and then, like, that's how you do that shit well. I can't see them making this legitimately scary. Like, the reason why this works with Freddy Krueger is because the shit's just silly, and he's making jokes and puns and shit the whole time. But if you can try to give me jump scares and then also try to get me or sell me on some fucking superpowers, like, I'm sorry, but it ain't gonna work, man. Like, it's just frustrating. I can't take this shit, Ganja Guru. What are you looking at? They're all smiling shit.
Man, I just was scrolling up and I saw the Cuphead stuff and I was having flashbacks to you and Alan almost shaking each other live on air.
Oh man, I almost killed. Well, Alan almost killed me actually. I don't know. Alan's scary.
I was like, yep, that's that flower that almost broke a friendship.
Wait, no, we never got to that fucking level.
Oh,
Frogs, man. I remember that shit.
the fucking frogs! I swear, Cuphead, man, fuck Cuphead. One of these days we'll play that again, and I'll try not to scream.
I'm good.
Actually, I beat the game though. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Like, without a script engine?
Yeah, no, without the hex, without cheats, I actually beat it all the way through. I did cheat. Okay, I cheated on one level, but it was like, yeah.
You
just
know,
one level.
man, never go on court, man.
The thing is, though, okay, like, here's the thing, though, because people are going to be making fun of me talking shit, because I did cheat to beat the whole game, but I went back and actually beat it, like, the right way without cheating. But there was one level where, dude, there is no fucking way. Like, they literally get the screen and turn it upside down, and you're stuck on the fucking ceiling. Like, I'm sorry, but Cuphead's just so fucking cheap, man. And by the way, okay, I was wrong about the whole beat it in 30 minutes thing, but I did beat it in 45 fucking minutes. So, fuck that game. Come on. Anyways, I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring that up. No, but Mr. Ganja Guru, I gotta have. Actually, I'm not even gonna bring this up to you specifically. I'm gonna bring this up to Alan because he's seen.
Yo.
Oh, don't take it from me.
I'm sorry, but no, Alan was really upset. He was ready to cry and everything. And I'm really curious, actually, because I feel like you're just bitching just because you bitch a lot.
Oh yeah, coming from you, man.
Mhm.
Fuck
Oh
you.
man,
Absolutely.
I like how me and Nick just slide like character insults at Alan, like stick in the mud.
Yeah, he is.
Got no jokes.
Oh, you missed the fucking Saturdays, man. Every fucking.
Man,
No.
we like Assassin's Creed, bro. We come up to you and assassinate your character like.
Oh,
secretly and
speaking
shit.
of that, man, we gotta watch Riverdale.
Oh, well, it wasn't really speaking of that though. Like,
No, yeah. You
did
stretched for
bring
that,
the shot
motherfucker.
left, yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, I don't
Speaking of
give a
superheroes,
shit.
Mr. Fantastic.
We actually do have to watch Riverdale. It's out now. So.
Nah, that motherfucker had to get a ladder and still had to stretch at the top.
His feet still dangled.
No, but here's the thing, though. I'm so sorry. Allie just like that's bad. But you were mad, dude. I'm curious as to why. AGN acquired Humble Bundle. You would think it'd just be a good thing. Like what?
No, because oh, sorry, not to cut you off, but yeah, basically for people who don't know, for some fucking reason, I don't know why this ended up happening. I wake up this fucking news story that IGN, a company I fucking hate, bought up Humble Bundle, and I don't understand. It was just a random acquisition. It's not like they were ever talking about they were in trouble. It's not like they ever talked about they wanted to. It was just IGN said, "Fuck it, we're buying it." And for those of you that don't know what Humble Bundle is, Humble Bundle basically is it's a storefront similar to Steam. They sell a bunch of games, and one of the best things they do is they have these kind of weekly bundles. So they'll bundle together a bunch of games. I think currently what's going on is a bunch of RPGs like Borderlands. And it's like, yeah, you can get like all of these games for like $10, or if you only want half of them, you pay $5, and you're able to get something else, or you could just pay like $1 and get some of these smaller games. And that's kind of what they're known for, the Humble Bundles, these small bundles of generally good games at a good price. And what they do is a lot of the proceeds when you buy these go to charities. And they keep donating, like, yeah, we donate hundreds of millions of dollars to charities, we donate all this stuff to charity. So IGN must have been like, hey, let's crush them because we're evil.
Well, see, okay, why are they evil? Like, that's what I understand. It's like,
Oh,
I love
IGN is
IGN.
okay, the problem with IGN is they're very, whenever they review things, they're very boilerplate and very surface level. Like a lot of the games they end up doing, not just, the Assassin's Creed stuff, but a lot of stuff when you look into it, it's like, you're just looking at the base values. One of my favorite fucking reviews by them was Far Cry 2. And they're like, well, Far Cry 2, the game is overtly difficult and completely unrealistic because it doesn't have an autosave function. They lowered the mark because it didn't have an autosave function. And a lot of other reviews are... No, because the thing is, the game itself has a lot of save options. Just one of them wasn't an autosave, and it's just like, oh, we're lowering this not because of anything with the actual game, but because of this one feature where it's like there are checkpoints in the fucking game, so if you die, you don't go immediately to it. Anyway, IGN always does that kind of stuff. They always boilerplate when it comes to video games. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. They have times where they just kind of they change reviews all the time too. Something happened with Prey, where they completely changed their reviews because people were bitching that they reviewed it too low.
Okay, that is shitty too.
And it's just like they do this all the time through their years, and I've always fucking hated them for that.
Now, why do you feel that it would be like serving Humble Bundle wrong by them owning it? Because I don't even know why they would own it in the first place. Like, what's going to be changed? Like,
I don't know, but one of the things that people keep asking is like, you guys review video games, and Humble Bundle sometimes makes and also sells video games that you guys promote. This is kind of a little bit like weird. Like, why are you doing this? Because people are saying this might be conflict of interest, but I'm thinking it might more be a situation with Microsoft buying Rare or EA buying anything. Where it's like, oh man, we're buying this small company because they're really good and they can do a lot of stuff. Let's just kill them in their tracks, or start changing up their policies to it being something completely that it's not. Because again, there's a lot of good deals. They do a lot of good stuff for charity, so it's like I don't want to see that go.
Now, I don't feel like that's going to change. I feel like they're going to keep that aspect of them. I mean, but then again, this is coming from a guy who I didn't even know anything that Alan just said about IGN. I had no idea that was the case. But at the same time, though, I fucking love IGN, and like they have a good setup and everything. And I mean, I've seen
They're good
other
for
sites
news. Like they're good for news. That's it though.
But then I've also seen situations too where fucking IGN or other sites that I like Game Trailers, going down the shitter, and it's like, you know what, dude, like whatever helps everyone just kind of keep on keeping on. You know what I mean?
I guess.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just so surprised because, like, for one, too, I didn't know IGN had that much money. I mean, are they really doing that good?
Yeah,
right now, or they
that's what threw me off too. I'm like, Humble Bundle's not cheap. Like, they're doing a lot of good stuff. So it's like they just swooped up and grabbed it. It's like, no, okay, fuck it.
Yeah, and you would think there'd be some kind of like just general partnership, but why would they actually own it? Like, is IGN that big? Like, I mean, I'm just surprised about this whole situation in general.
I know they're the biggest reviewer for video games specifically. That's where they started, and then they just started branching off to movies and television shows. I know that they're the biggest reviewers, so it's like I just didn't think they're that big.
Yeah. Now, Gandra, I'm gonna ask you really quick before moving on. What do you feel about the whole situation and IGN? Oh, really? No, that's awesome. That's great. Yeah, I can't hear a single thing you're saying. I know. It's okay. Whoa, mosa! Ah! Oh.
Yeah, you should have just gotten a Mac.
No, okay, fuck that. Yeah.
Hey, he can hear you. He can hear you.
I know.
And by the way, I can't even. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. What the hell, Cedric? Nick loves IGN. That explains a lot. Why does that explain a lot? I fucking love this IGN.
Hey, they're good for news. Like that's the only thing they're really like consistent for, because they generally get the stuff first. So.
Exactly. Now, one thing, while I have you here, sir, I'm going to actually explain something that you brought up to my attention. But Resident Evil 7: End of Zoe.
Yes.
What?
Okay, so what this is so there's a lot of development issues getting Resident Evil 7 just because of a lot of issues are happening with Capcom. They're just going through a lot of changes, and a lot of people aren't really sure like how well Capcom's going to be doing. But they released RE7, and it kind of blew everyone out of the water because it's like, wow, you actually managed to make a good Resident Evil game that was actually kind of fun and fits within the lore of the universe that they created. Because this isn't like a reboot. This is clearly a different art style and different just settings, but it's much more different than the other Resident Evils. But they managed to connect it to the end. And one of the things they promised, like, oh man, this is connected to the end. You get to play as, you get to, do some more stuff to figure out what happened. You also get to play as Chris Redfield. But they kind of delayed that because they were working on a bunch of other stuff. And by the end of by the end of December, they're releasing the Chris Redfield campaign for free, and the End of Zoe as a standalone DLC for $15. Or if you get the Gold Edition, you basically get every single DLC they've released. So it's just a bit more of addition. It's kind of its own separate chunk of the campaign.
Yeah, and like for me, man, I gotta say that I feel like the Resident Evil 7 DLC thing, especially when one of these are coming out, like they're saying like, oh, you can get the entire thing for free only if you get the Gold Edition. But the Gold Edition isn't out, so basically you can buy the entire thing for $60, even though you could have got it for $20 a month ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're doing some Call of Duty level shit where it's like when they say they're not going to do something, they're not going to release something in a bundle, whatever the fuck, just so you can buy it right now, and then afterwards, like, oh, by the way, you have a choice.
Well, no, all of it is coming out at the same time. Like there's no DLC you can buy now. Like it's all on the same day, the DLC and the Gold Edition. For people, because they're like as successful as it was, there's still people that were unsure because of the reception of RE6. Were like, I don't really know if I actually want to get Resident Evil 7. Like I know you were one of the people that you even own it and you weren't even sure. So there's a lot of people that just didn't buy it. So it's like, hey, here's the Gold Edition for in case you just weren't sure and now you heard the good reviews. But if you did enjoy the game like me, like I'm definitely gonna pick up the fucking DLC like straight away as soon as I can because I love the fuck out of that game.
Yeah. So I mean, look, we'll see what happens. Maybe we can play this on the show at some point. I mean, if it comes out in December, maybe we can do like a MCA Plus thing. But I just feel
now with my fucking shitty internet tonight.
Yeah, he is mad.
We'll figure something out, man. We'll do it on mine. We'll figure something out.
Hey, Alan, you know birds, man. Can you send me a good carrier pigeon, man, that could give me 4K gaming?
Yeah, just go to GameFly.
Bitch.
Oh no! Apparently, don't go to GameFly because apparently we can say this because we're not double toasted. But yeah, like apparently, Goodwin's been trying to get games, and this shit took like weeks to get to him, to the point where
it depends on the games. It depends on the game because they have like priority. So like if the game just came out, like Shadow War came out last week, that is like high like demand. So they might not have enough copies. But if it's something like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out like 2 years ago, no one's gonna buy that.
That shouldn't be an option though.
We bring
but it's just so many people.
6 to 8 weeks video games.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And if it's one of those things where it's such in high demand that everybody fucking wants it, it's like they only have so many copies.
This is why digital is whooping everyone's ass, because no one can fucking do math correctly and say, you know what, is this many people that want this game, let's make it. Like GameStop, for instance, I hope that shit does go down the drain, because apparently whoever the fuck the executives of that entire company can't decide, oh, there's going to be this many reservations because that's what all the sequels did, so let's just make sure that people run out of fucking reservations within a couple of months. That's fucking retarded. Why can't I have fucking...
Why are you saying reservations?
He means pre-orders.
No, but the reservations.
You're not going to sit down at a restaurant, Nick.
He means pre-orders, Gone. Just stop playing the mayonnaise here.
I was like, is he joking? Like, is he making it
Nick's on a point, man. He's on a roll, and he got you there with a crowbar.
I thought I was saying it wrong because earlier I said frustration, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But
I never heard someone say, "Yo, man, I got a reservation at GameStop." 8:30.
Technically, you are
too.
Okay, dude, that's why they look at me weird.
Oh my god, wait, don't tell me you actually go there. Like, I'd like to have a reservation for one, please.
No, I know I go there and I say, like, I have a reservation for Call of Duty, and the guy's like, well, the reservation's by the casino, way the fuck over there.
Sure.
See, man, fuck you guys. God.
But speaking of pre-orders,
Party of one for Call of Duty Black Ops. Party of one.
I have friends, you fuck.
do you? See, we never confirmed this story. We're only taking it from Nick's point of view.
I fully forgot what we were talking about.
You guys are gonna make me
We were
feel like
talking
shit
about
for asking for
pre-orders,
reservations on a fucking video game. Then why do they have the word that says reserve this game?
Because reserve and reservation are two different things.
Wait, are you for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if I say like I have this game reserved, oh, that's what I'm supposed to say.
How many years did you go to GameStop doing that, Nick? Nobody bothered to correct you.
You have a reservation for one for Call of Duty. It's like, would you like a table, sir?
Did you ever give tip when you left?
Did they put the video
Oh,
on
do
a
not
napkin?
tip anybody that works at GameStop. Do the opposite. Take some of your money back and run.
I mean, in my defense, I played a game with a handkerchief on my shirt, so like that's the thing. Like,
I'm only motherfucker going to a game.
Playing with
a suit on.
playing with one fucking hand while he has his pinky in the air, trying to be all like fancy.
yeah, my controller, like, I'm teabagging people.
He took his girlfriend on dates. Hey, girl, I got an 8:30 reservation.
Got a reservation for Call of Duty. Oh, that's weird.
Allie, don't you judge us.
No shit.
No, she should.
She's just looking at her. She's looking at all the other options in her life rather than listening to us right now.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Absolutely, man. No, but fuck you guys. I'm seriously, man. I feel. Oh, I've said that so many times and no one's ever corrected me. Holy fuck. Anyways, well, you know, you guys are better
That's
friends.
what friends are for. To correct you in a public setting for our amusement.
Oh, you know what though? Since I look stupid, let me make fun of you fucking nerds. The new Han Solo movie is called Solo. How you feel about that?
I'm riding Solo.
Ganja.
All I could think of was Jason Derulo, man.
No, but like Ganja, because I mean, Double Toes already talked about this, and I want to like, I mean, I know people are watching this and they don't want to hear about the same shit over and over again. But I'm curious, Ganja, what do you feel about this, dude? Because for me, this is some lazy ass fucking creative decision.
I mean, like, what else are they gonna do? Han Solo's great adventure through the galaxy. Are they gonna make a reference to like 38 parsecs? Like, they were really kind of stuck with just being like the Han Solo movie. Like, no one really is gonna give them an actual title that's not gonna sound stupid.
Riding
Like, even-
Solo.
Fuck you.
Ah, yes.
Fuck you. Fuck you on so many levels. Even as a Star Wars fan, I'm gonna come attack you as a nerd. First of all, he ain't even riding Solo. Motherfucker meets Chewbacca in this movie, apparently.
It's fucking. I'm sorry,
Man,
but
this is fucking
dude-
stupid. Like,
why
I
is he
was
like dead
hoping for a
inside?
better
By the
title.
way, he looks like he's like, I'll suck your dick to change this title. Like, I don't know, man. Like, he looks like a homeless person right there. I
This
swear.
is something like you ask like Star Wars fans like Comic-Con or like a Star Wars convention in like Minnesota or something, just some random get together. Hey guys, what would you name the next Han Solo movie? Solo, the Star Wars film.
Well, my question is, it doesn't need to be called like it's about Han Solo, but you could have easily just called it kind of something else, even within universe. Why not just call it like maybe the Millennium Falcon? Name it after something within the actual lore of the character.
Why?
Why do you have to call it
No,
Solo?
that
Like,
movie takes place.
Why
just
would you
like-
name the movie Millennium Falcon?
I don't know,
Yeah.
better than Solo.
Yeah, that sounds cheaper.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
You're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
No, I listen. I don't know. Calling
It's
it
our
Solo.
first film.
I mean, I feel like I don't even, man. I'm just saying, like, I don't have any ideas either, but we're not getting paid millions of dollars to figure out the fucking name.
Exactly. Like, yeah, to be fair, you guys are trying to think of something and you can't. So I saw it as like, no shit, Sherlock. Like, yeah, of course that's what they were going to name it. What else would you name it? Yeah, none of you guys can come up with anything better. Like they're not gonna name it Han Solo. Solo?
Why
Okay,
not?
sure.
But we also got
Why
like
not
5
Solo?
seconds to 3 seconds to come up with a name, Allie. We ain't got like a writer's
I
room
know,
where we're all
but
having to
like
drink coffee
really,
for
you
days.
guys could think about this for a day, and you could be like, yeah, I still can't think of
They should
anything.
call it
else.
Han.
I call it Han Solo versus like the Wookiees or something. Fuck it.
That's too long, and it's like Batman v Superman. Still
Exactly,
a
that was a
terrible title.
I feel like Han would have been great. Like, you know what I mean? Like Obi-Han Kenobi.
No. Thank God someone booed him. Oh, fuck. Get down from the stage, Nick.
I mean, you're only proving your point.
No, man. I'm just something like. Why not call it like maybe fuck, man, it's hard.
See?
Yeah, because well, okay, we're on the spot though. Like we again, writers' rooms and months of creativity and months of some of the best minds on the planet, and your best thing is to just shorten the fucking phrase of the guy's name.
Or how about like Tatooine Adventures? Like
I mean-
Tatooine is such a big thing. Why can't?
Wow, that sounds like an animated
I mean,
series,
it's
bro.
not-
Because Han Solo goes to other planets, not just
Why does it need to be
Tatooine.
named after? Like I know it's gonna sound like a dumb question, but it's like, why does it specifically have to be the main character's name in the title? Like you're calling it a Star Wars story because you're telling a story within the universe. Like, yes, it's the Han Solo origin story, but like you don't have to say just call it Han Solo. Just call it something within there and just tell people it's a Han Solo story. Because trust me, it's Star Wars. They're not afraid to tell you every single thing that's gonna fucking happen.
How about Star Wars: A New Frontier?
What, they're gonna rip off Star Trek now?
Yeah, Star Wars: The Next Generation. Oh.
Hey,
Yes!
J.J. Abrams kind of did that for Star Trek. That last one was just Star Wars, let's be honest.
Man, I don't know, dude, but I'm just saying, like, Ron Howard looks fucking defeated. Like, I'm sorry, man, but that's not a good look. He looks hurt.
You don't know how much they changed the script.
It's like, I don't even know what fucking movie I'm holding right now.
It's probably not even the permanent title, guys. Don't get too comfortable.
Am I doing another Da Vinci Code movie?
No.
No, but like the thing that I feel that I'm just complaining about really, it's just they should have just told us what the name was a long time ago. This shouldn't have been something that took so long. It's like, oh, what do we do? What would you do? Solo. Like, oh
Look at
shit.
that, the way they were hyping it was like the unannounced Han Solo story. So it made it imply that it was gonna have like a fucking title in it, like it was gonna be Indiana Jones or some bullshit. Han Solo in the Lost Ark.
I kind of like that title, the unannounced Han Solo story. Fuck it.
No, fuck that.
TBA Solo.
to be announced.
No, but you know, honestly, the thing that was kind of like confusing to me, honestly, is I could have sworn like with the name like just Solo, I thought Sylvester Stallone fucking like did the creative process of this shit. Cause like the first thing I thought of was Rambo and Balboa, like when he made those movies and just gave it like one fucking name for the entire.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
thing.
yeah. Like the fourth one's called Rambo, and then the sixth Rocky's just called Balboa or Rocky Balboa or something.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, is Sylvester Stallone Han Solo in this fucking movie? Like, oh, just name it after my last name. You know?
Chewie!
Yeah. Fucking-
Hey, if Sylvester Stallone shows up, and this would be great.
Dude, what if Sylvester Stallone is Chewbacca? That would have been amazing. Fucking
Plot
Adrian.
Dude, if he was Chewbacca, I think I'll have the better chance of understanding Chewbacca more than Sylvester Stallone.
No shit. I know.
The
I like
biggest
how
plot
right now.
twist in history.
I like how my impersonation of Stallone is, or a Stallone Chewbacca. My impersonation is actually just Jenny's microphone. It's
Allie, you know when you play the old Star Wars games and Jedis can always understand everyone's language? He will be the only character a Jedi run into and it will say unintelligible in the subtitles.
Yeah.
And that.
Dude, what if
that reminds me of
it'd be so cool if like, man, they should re-release those DVDs and then someone actually writes all the dialogue of Chewbacca. Like, if you like
and
go
does
to
it
the
poorly.
setting, and then like he's like cussing loud, like, man, fuck you, Han Solo, you little bitch ass motherfucker. You
Be
piece of shit.
Peanut 215 of Chewbacca and shit. Just
Yeah.
ghetto as fuck
And-
Chewbacca.
The dialogue is just, it's all the wrong dialogue. It's just to fuck with the audience.
Dude, I would love it if like they had like some like Mexican like dub over it or whatever. It's just like, you know.
Dude, that would be good. Because this, Al, you remember the scene where they're trapped in that one giant creature's stomach, and they're basically having an argument between Han Solo and Chewie, and he's fucking up the ship. I can just picture you're messing up the machine, Chewie. Yo, Vato, I'm not paid to do this, man.
Fuck you.
I'm out here. The stomach is hot, moist. I got fur all over me, man. I'm tired. You ain't got Coronas in the fridge.
God,
I refuse to believe that in the space future, Corona is still a beverage people consume.
You
No, it's
damn
really
right.
insane.
Right next to purple drink.
Purple drink. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, though, this Han Solo thing's fucking stupid. I just, I mean, we'll see.
Maybe
what
I thought of a title, but it's I don't know. It sounds a little bit weird because it just sounds like we're gonna have like a band, a group of people. But I was gonna say a smuggler story. Or just
Well, I
smugglers.
actually like the tagline of Star Wars story because it seems like that's what they're gonna do to differentiate the in between films. Just call it a yada yada a Star Wars story. Like
Another title would work if they just came up with like if he was going to be more of a singular planet story, which I have a feeling it's not. It's going to be him jumping off from different places and going off to different spaceports and shit like that.
Sure.
Even though they want to make the universe small as possible, but if they had like it maybe based on one planet or one space station, they could have used that as a reference point to the movie, and that would have been made it look more cooler.
Yeah, I don't even know. Okay, at this point, honestly, I just want the shit to die. I mean, like, we can come up with ideas.
Star Wars will never die, man. That's like fucking Ben Kenobi.
hey,
He's gonna come
if
back
George
to Star
Lucas
Wars
gonna
ghost.
kill it, if George Lucas gonna kill the Star Wars franchise, Disney's not gonna kill it.
He wounded it. He wounded it.
He tried. He desperately tried to kill it, but he ain't calling that thing.
Yeah, man. But no, like, I mean, I even get your opinion on it, but like, what do you feel, Ali, about the name? And then also, like, are you any more hyped or less hyped over the next movie just because of this name or nah?
I mean, it's underwhelming, but it makes sense on paper. And I mean, like, what else are they gonna name it? I mean, it's short and it tells you right away what the movie's gonna be about. I just hate the fact that they keep relying on the old trilogy, and they just keep piggybacking off of that. I mean, they're not trying to move forward. They're just like continuing to just follow the same path that they've always done. Is like, oh, everyone likes the classics, so let's just stick with that, and let's not try, I don't know, branching out like thousands of years before or after or whatever. Like, they always want to rely. Yeah, they always want to rely on just like Han Solo, Chewbacca, Leia, Luke, Darth Vader, and they don't even want to try to do anything remotely like different. And it's just really getting annoying. I'm sorry. Like, even with the good stuff, I'm just like, you guys need to do something different, and you need to just stop relying on just like familiar stuff, because I'm so sick of movies relying on familiar stuff. And it's really pissing me off because it's just like, why can't we have anything original? And it just sucks because any original thing we get, people don't want to go out and see. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's almost like
Ali hates nostalgia. Confirmed.
I do. I'm sorry. Like, nostalgia is meant in the past. Like, I know we all want to go back to a time when we were kids and what we grew up with, but like, all that stuff is original. Like, so we need to do stuff original so people growing up can have something to latch onto, not just sequels and prequels and all of this crap. I'm sorry. Like, even if it's good, I'm just like, do something different.
No, I completely with you there. Oh, I like how Alan's face is all sad for saying, like,
I don't want to go back to being a kid. Fuck that.
No, man, but
Back when his feet really dangled.
Bitch.
Oh.
Hey, Ganja, if we were to take you back to when you were a kid, you'd look exactly the fucking same.
No, actually, I had a short hair, so good try, bitch. Try again.
Bullshit.
Oh, I want to see pictures. I want to see
You
short
don't
hair
want to see a
ganja.
picture of big forehead ganja. You don't want to see that.
Oh, I do.
There's a reason why he's hiding that big fucking thing with all that.
Ali, why do you want to see my forehead so bad? It's
Dude,
not like I
you know
got. It's not
what?
like I got the fucking
I
rainbow
gave
scar.
you my short films when I was in high school, okay? And they're terrible. I feel
he
like you
knows.
at least owe me a picture of big
Wait,
forehead.
I gotta see this shit. You guys.
One of those short films was very racist and started off with, I think, a historical fact of a drunk Native American. So I
Man,
think we're
I
even.
just love that, like, one day we were in the Hangouts, I think you were freaking high, like, as a kite, and you just went on this huge plot, like, thing, like, description of analyzing my, like, 3-minute short film that really had not that much context or whatever, and you went on a whole dissertation, like, an Oscar-winning, like, screenplay about...
Nick, I was on my Julian shit that night. I was very baked.
Dude,
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
kinda
I
like,
can
holy
tell.
shit, man.
Like, you're really creative.
I gave her story more story than was presented to me.
Exactly. I was like, wait, is this my story anymore?
Nope.
Now, one thing. I know that, like, right in the middle of our thumbnail is Daredevil with a stupid face on, look in his face.
Why is that, sir?
Well,
Yeah, why
here's the
is
thing. The reason why, because you would think that, like, every time we have something right in the middle, right in the center, it's like our main topic that we touch on. And when I first saw the news headline from comicbook.com and Polygon and Variety and everything, I was like, oh yeah, Daredevil, son! I can't wait to see what happens. And just like how you guys are thinking, like, oh, MCA, what's gonna happen? You're gonna feel exactly how I felt, okay?
Sure.
Because it's anger.
Yeah.
It's anger.
Really?
Let me
They
show
do.
this.
Team up My
Nick
Little
is
Pony?
angry about something related to Daredevil.
I'm gonna play the entire teaser for you right now.
Wait,
The fuck?
what's this?
And that, folks, is it.
I don't know why I found that funny.
Yup.
Man, that is a definition of a teaser for your ass.
Fucking fuck.
Hey,
I wanna know if we
now,
print
is it-
out the teaser with the bumps, does it say something different for blind people?
No, it's the same thing.
How
It's-
would they see? It's a video.
No, Alan,
Hey, I
I
say
love you.
print
I
it
love
out.
you so much. This is the reason. This is my whole complaint with Daredevil. It's the big joke. I'm sorry, Tay, everyone who doesn't want to hear the same complaint and the same argument once again.
Just fast forward,
Leave
Barbara.
right now. Leave the MCA, attack the chat, blah, 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 whole thing. We'll see you on Saturday. Go fuck yourself. Because right now, oh, Alan, you know how I complain that they don't know whether or not he's blind or not blind? And the whole fucking thing, they don't even know if their audience reading this will be blind or not
I'm
because
pretty sure they're. What the fuck are you talking about?
look at this. Look at this. They show like this, right? Now, you let it play. That is in Braille. But if I'm
Yeah,
blind,
because guess what?
if I'm blind, Alan, how the fuck am I gonna go on the
Because,
internet
hey,
and type in Daredevil in regular letters that's not in Braille and then watch this fucking video?
You
You
okay?
have a point.
You crazy bastard! How about this?
He makes 100%
No, he doesn't.
like
First of all, a lot of people are gonna watch the video. Second of all, maybe they'll print it out and have it like flyers.
Alan.
To-
Alan, Braille is all about feeling the words, like the
Yeah.
letters. Like you
But
can't feel the letters on the internet.
No, but again, Netflix always does crazy sort of what you call it,
That's stupid.
ads and stuff. So imagine them just handing these out to people and be like, oh yeah, this is the Braille form of it, so people that can read like this
They
is
didn't.
this. I'm not saying they could though, like why that's there, or someone could actually look that
They're
out.
wasting a lot of money
Or-
handing out flyers.
Or again, what that is they can actually get the software and program to actually analyze what those are.
Too
and
much
print
work,
them out on
Alan.
video.
Alan, you gotta stop yourself. Like no one's gonna put in that much effort for freaking
They clearly
teaser of
did.
a teaser of a teaser of a teaser.
I'm just saying.
They
y'all,
fucking did.
I'm so
No, they did.
the Daredevil thing. I can't take that L with the blind thing because they don't. Someone needs to pull up the word blind and show the executives this is what blind is. This is what blind is not. They don't even know what
I'm
the
pretty
fuck
sure they don't
Braille
think their
is.
audience is blind.
Dude,
It's
they
an
got
Easter egg.
Braille. Then
It's
this-
an Easter egg, dude.
It's not an Easter egg. It's dots.
Yes, it is.
How
Because
am
you
I
there are
on both of
programs out
y'all's
there.
side right now, man? Because I think that's fucking stupid. And Nick, it's just a stupid advertisement. Why are you looking so hard into this?
That's what I get. Yeah, really.
I'm so confused by both you motherfuckers right now.
No, because
you
he's
for defending
basically
this
like,
shit.
oh,
You for being confused by it.
I'm just mad because Ganja, you should have seen me, dude. I was like a little kid. I was saying Wolverine and everything. I was so hyped.
Oh bullshit! You are not hyped for this. Don't even fucking lie to me.
No, I was hyped because I had nothing to talk about on the show tonight. I was like, ooh, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Taste.
Oh man, I can't wait to hate it.
Dude, dude, I'm telling you, on Screen Rant, on Variety, on comicbook.com, WWG.com, GameSpot. It's not even a video game. It's
Hell
on
yeah,
GameSpot.
WWE talked about it.
Dude, oh, fuck yes. Even WrestleZone said some fucking thing about Daredevil. So yes, WWE. Everywhere. And it's just that.
Your mama's podcast talked about
And then
it.
it gets worse. Ganja, pay attention to the screen. Look, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Just a little bit hype. I'm fine. He spoils the fucking Defenders and says I'm fine. Which when you look at it, because here's the thing: when you look at the video, the fucking Twitter thing.
Wait,
this is-
what? Hold on.
Yeah, because by the way, people don't get mad at me for spoilers because this spoiled it for you. He dies at the end of Defenders, but this is not like a story that's told before Defenders. He literally spoils it on fucking Twitter, dude, and he says, spoiler alert, like I'm fine. Hashtag
That means
Defender.
nothing if you haven't seen Daredevil. Sorry, Defenders.
Defenders.
That means nothing. Oh, I'm fine. Okay, are you having a good day? Did you have a good burger? Like, that means
No,
nothing.
Alan, no, stop fucking defending this shit. There's literally a memoir that goes into Braille for all his fucking blind friends that
And
he has
Matthew
zero
Murdoch.
of.
It says his name, Matthew Murdoch. Rest in peace.
Nick, the way you did that was perfect. The way he showed it off first with that stupid ass memorial and then showed us that the tagline is like, I'm fine, hashtag Defenders. Bitch, you just ruined that whole advertisement.
Yeah. I swear to God, I've made up my mind. I hate.
Of course
season
you
three.
have.
I hate season 3 with a passion.
Sure.
For one, you know what they're gonna do? He's gonna come back like fucking Elektra from the dead, like a fucking vampire, and then he's probably gonna just live his life like normal, just like, oh, I'm the Daredevil. Let me go back to do some lawyering while I'm dead. Fucking stupid. Ugh. So that's people like. There's really nothing to talk about because that's all it is. I mean, you guys. Hey, can you guys read Braille on the fucking internet through a screen that you can't feel?
Let me feel my screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? I think it says computer.
It's smooth. I can't.
Wow, yeah, because there's no way you can translate any sort of Braille into actual, technology, some sort of Easter egg. No, that's crazy
why
talk.
would you put that much work into something so small
Alan,
like that?
So what? Why not?
Yoga
Why?
is
Netflix
great,
does
man.
crazy,
Like,
stupid advertising all the goddamn time.
It'll get you out that need of stretching you're constantly doing on the show. Just look into yoga.
And here's the thing. Like Alan, I totally like. Let's just say Alan's completely right. Right, Alan, you are so right. Yes, but here's the thing though. How many blind people do you think are sitting there enjoying a nice visual show like Daredevil? Man, those... Well, I don't know why I'm talking like I'm fucking mentally handicapped. But, like, blind people talk totally normal, and they're like, man, that's a great fight scene. That's great choreography. I just love feeling the fucking Netflix. Like, blind people is not a big demographic for the Daredevil TV show.
I'm not saying it's a huge demographic. That's the difference between an Easter egg. Because, again, what that is that is in Braille. Like, if you were able to find a way to translate that could actually say something else that's not actually in the written text. You're assuming what that is the exact same proverb. That'd be a completely different proverb once you actually translate from what looks like Braille into actual different words.
So you think those are not the two same things?
If you could translate that into a different language, different amount of spellings. Those don't all correlate to the exact same letters. Have you ever translated something from Korean to English?
Dude, I don't know
Braille. What the fuck you asking him that question for?
I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is that Braille could be something different than the actual proverb that was prior to it. Because again, if you ever translated something from one language to another and you see the amount of space, it's different amount of spaces depending on the languages.
True. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. And even Ruthless in the chat is saying the net is full of Braille transformers or translators.
And maybe I'm wrong, but when I see that, that's the first thing I think of. And maybe I'm the wrongest person that's ever wronged. But when I see that, that's the first thing I think of.
But the main thing here, it just bothers me.
Someone just fucking wrote it in.
Yes, okay, you know what? Yeah, there we go. I'm showing the chat right now. Yes, Dejan, you guys are right. Holy shit. Alan's correct. But here's the thing that still frustrates me. I'm still mad, by the way. Because that's not a fucking teaser. That's not a teaser.
Do you not remember the War of the Planet of the Apes trailer, which was just a bunch of snow and then one of the apes, and then that's it?
That's better than this.
Not really.
Dude,
What it
this
shows?
is basically almost fan-made. Just writing the letters down, like honestly, comic book tell me that there's going to be a season 3 Netflix show. That is more of a teaser than the teaser.
Again, it's a really short teaser. It's just kind of like, hey, this exists.
And then the worst, like this is equivalent. Like let's say Black Panther was done in a weird teaser way, where instead of actually showing us or letting us hear anything from the movie, instead they played fucking what's that code? The dots. What do you call that? The
Morse code?
Beep beep. Not Braille.
Morse?
Yeah, Morse code. What if they did that for fucking Black Panther? It's like, you gotta listen to the Morse code, man, to know what they're gonna do for the show. It's just a teaser, man. That would have been shitty, too.
Sometimes they do that. They'll have something in the background where you're not really supposed to tell what's actually going on. It's not crazy for them to do teasers where they have weird stuff in there.
Kirk would have made sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm just mad, okay? Like, for one, like, blindness is a huge, like, fucking soft spot for me when it comes to Daredevil because they have lost the meaning of blind so many fucking times over and over and over again to the point where if I was blind, I would feel insulted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually, like, okay, let's just pretend I'm blind, Ganja, okay? And you pretend you're blind too. All of us, let's all be blind together. Blind. Now, okay. Close your eyes and shit.
Well, how else am I supposed to pretend to be blind?
I don't know, man. Use your imagination.
This is the opposite of visualization, so, what's the opposite? Close your eyes.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
But the thing is, imagine you being blind, and you can't see a pair of titties, you don't know if you're going to be eating, like, chips or sausage, like, you don't know what the fuck the difference between anything is.
I don't know, man. My imagination's pretty power, man. Like, I can see titties in my mind.
I don't even know.
Let's get lost right now.
No, but the thing
Anyway,
is,
Gon's gone.
but blind is awful, right? Blind sucks, because we just got into that. It sucks.
Not with all the titty I'm looking at.
And then, the fucking movie, or the show, makes it where it's like, oh, no, I'm blind, but I can still tell when a woman's gorgeous because I see an outline of her whole body and it's nice and yellow and orange, and I can still see colors somewhat, and that's not blind.
But he's a
real
superhero.
people-
The motherfucker can smell. Like, blind people aren't cut off from all their. Why are we having this argument for the 18th millionth time? Blind people can still smell, hear, and touch. It's just Daredevil is dialed to fucking 11, so that's where all that shit comes from.
But it's insulting. It's like, you know what I mean? Like that's rude to blind people.
No, it's not, because I've known blind people that have crazy good senses.
Ah, well,
Like,
So
not
can they
obviously
smell
they're
when
not
you're about
going
to-
around beating the shit out of people,
I
but
get where Nick's coming from. Like, even like blind people to put to the extreme. Like, even if his hearing was that good, like, how can like someone like, can you smell someone about to throw a punch your way?
yeah. That's crazy. And then on top of it, and I know it's a superhero thing, but it's just like it's a situation with anything. It's just appropriation of blind culture. Like, you know what I mean?
What?
Like, it's just that's
blind
Man,
is
I
a
feel like I
culture.
need to find this shit.
Blind
First
is
of all, I didn't know
a
that culture
culture.
existed.
It's a fucking disability.
Yeah, go on social media and join the blind groups on Facebook.
Man, you gotta stay off of Tumblr, Nick. You're hanging out with all kinds of weird groups now.
Too much on Tumblr philosophy, man.
You know, actually, if a girl told herself like that on Tinder, it would be great. Like, by the way, I'm blind, so I don't give a fuck. Do whatever.
I don't care what you look like.
Hey, man, she can still feel what size you are, even more so. So
Her
don't do it.
username is Blind Girl 69. Like,
Well, at least she's not lying on her profile.
god damn. Anyways, people, that's it. I'm fucking tired.
Is that how we're gonna end it on with blind chicks? You know,
Hey, you know, dude.
Hey, blind chicks need love too.
People probably be really upset with how we ended this show and that we barely talked about fucking Daredevil. But at the same time, that's how I felt when I saw that shit today. I gotta tell you, I wish you guys were there. I'm over there. I had a day off today. I had to go to fucking work. I'm over there on my computer. Just let me find some fucking topics for tonight. Blah 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 blah. Daredevil. I get excited. Fucking that shit.
Sure.
I can't fucking read Braille, dude. I'm sorry. I just can't. Because I'm not
are
fucking
you mad
blind.
at Daredevil for the Braille ad, or are you mad because you can't read Braille? This is going further and deeper down the hole than I suspected.
I wish I knew Braille. I'm just saying. I might be blind one day. A lot of masturbation that I do. No. Anyways.
Oh God.
Oh yes. So we're done. Allie's gonna go to sleep. Conja's gonna smoke. Ruthless, I read in the chat. It sucks about your friend and everything, dude. You know, I got nothing to say. I don't know the guy or whatever, but I mean, if he's still alright or somewhat, like, make sure just kind of send your love that way. Our love too. You can look in the fucking chat.
I saw that. I'm legally blind.
Oh man. Yeah, people. But that's it. I'm tired, man. I'm so tired. So with that said, do we have anime night tonight?
No anime night tonight.
we do we have Braille tonight? People can watch fucking like blind movies. Where the fuck?
No, but the MCA is going to be available in Braille and Morse code in the future.
Oh yeah.
We're also going to do echolocation.
Oh yes.
Even dolphins can listen to us.
Also too, I am gonna be making a rap and everything for everybody to get into, so they can yell at me about Black Panther. So with that said, too, is there any rules that I should be telling people? Like, Ganja, why don't you tell them really quick, since you are
Okay.
back.
All right, let me sit down. Very comfortable. I missed the rule chair. Anyway, folks, the rap is pretty much the same after hours. Just keep talking to a minimum. Pretty much, I don't know if we're gonna be watching anything. I highly doubt it. I don't think we have any plan to watch. So if we're just hanging out in there, talking freely and all that good stuff. If we do watch something and it's something very important or a movie, the rules. Same thing with after our viewing party. Real quick, Alan, what are we gonna be doing this Saturday for the viewing party? Since I brought it up.
Yeah. So we're doing again. It's going to be just a few classic horror movies, none of which I've actually seen. So it's going to be kind of interesting. I'm going to be putting in the next couple of days. Just check Facebook, Children of Toast. We'll be putting all the information there. But we are watching a bunch of horror movies this Saturday.
Yes.
Not only that, guys, make sure to be checking out our MCA Facebook page where you guys can post your gifts, memes, and all kinds of good fan art that we love to appreciate. And, show off from you guys' good talent. Jordan had his MCA brawl going. We used to post every new picture of that. And, we know you guys are talented. So we made a good page for you guys to show off. And it's more active than, the Double Toasted Group, our page. We'll show you guys properly. So make sure to come on there. And also make sure to give us a page inside the DM. Not a page. Give us a message inside the DM so we guys can get you our, what is it called? I guess topics of the night, or if you guys have questions for us, or I forget what of the segment we used to do, Nick, when people used to ask us all kinds of crazy shit, like what is a cock and shit.
Oh, community question.
Community questions, guys.
Wait, what is a cock?
Send us a cock.
No,
Don't.
Except for Holly, please don't send her a cock. That's sexual assault.
Don't send any of us.
Yeah, Raheem, don't send me anything, Raheem. God damn it. fucking pervert.
Raheem sent him a big meaty one.
And he's like, oh, I want to know what you think. No.
I want you to rate my dick double toasted style.
Daniel's titties.
Hey,
Raheem.
Ali, check out these Oreos.
I'm leaving. People, that's it. Good night. All that shit on 1, 2, 3. Ganja Guru.
Attack I need one.
Remember Black Panther. It was actually great, people. I love the Black Panther.
Song